Oh, it feels so good to be back out on the sage steppe. This is a magical terrain, one that I love exploring and spending time in any opportunity that I can. I'm out here over the next few days to hopefully photograph greater sage grouse. Sage grouse and I go back a long ways. We've got a pretty in-depth history, so I'm excited to be back out here to photograph them again. I've done multiple sage grouse videos in the past. If you haven't seen those, I'll put links to them in the description below. But this year, as I photograph the sage grouse, I'm going to be doing it very differently from what I've done in the past. I've got a new method that I'm going to try out to hopefully photograph them this time over the next few days, and I'm excited to share that here with you and just to see how it works for me. I'm just really excited about it, but we'll get into that later. As of now, the sun is starting to set. This light is going to get good really quickly here. So I'm actually going to just head out and see what wildlife I can find tonight, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. What a wonderful evening I have just had. I absolutely love this landscape. I know I say that in like every video about every animal and every landscape, but I truly love the sage steppe out here. It's just a wonderful evening. So I've photographed sage grouse for years now. It's one of the first species I started photographing as a wildlife photographer. And it's a species I get out with pretty much every year. I think I've only missed 1 year photographing them, and I absolutely love photographing them. So what I usually do when I'm photographing sage grouse is I'll set up my blind, and then I set up a nearby camp, and early in the morning, way before it's light, I end up waking up, coming to the blind and getting in position ready to photograph the birds until it's light enough to be able to photograph them. So I just sit there in the blind waiting, and the birds come in and I photograph them. And I've done this for years because if you sleep in a blind, your smell will transfer to the blind really quickly. And if you use a blind for other species that rely on a sense of smell, like otters or foxes, which are two species that I do a lot with, they'll become very wary of the blind, and you won't have a whole lot of success with those species if the blind smells like humans. So that's the reason I've done that in the past. Well, I think I'm just getting soft because those early cold mornings of waking up in the just early hours and then making my way to the blind to then just wait in the cold and photograph the grouse. I think I'm getting soft because those mornings are starting to wear on me a lot. And so this year I wanted to do something different. I got this old tent that I had, modified it, and turned it into a dedicated grouse blind. So this year I'm really excited because I'm going to be actually sleeping in my blind here. And just waking up in the morning when the grouse are here, I'll be nice and cozy in here and just be able to photograph the grouse as they come in. And if the blind starts to smell like me, which it will because I'll be sleeping in here, that's okay because the grouse don't rely on a sense of smell like otters or foxes or deer, you know, other species like that. So I should be nice and cozy while photographing the grouse tomorrow morning. I'm really excited to try this. This is something I've been wanting to make and do for a long time now. So I am just thrilled. I do have an early morning ahead of me though, and it's getting dark quick. It's getting late. So I'm going to get my dinner going and then hop into bed. And I'll check in with you guys in the morning. I'm just gonna soak in the night. It's just a beautiful, beautiful evening. Just soak it all in. What an incredible morning that was with those grouse. It made such a big difference just to be able to wake up and immediately start shooting. And let me tell you, I've never, ever been so comfortable photographing grouse before. I was nice and cozy and warm in here. I had everything I could possibly need and want because this is also my tent. This is my camp, and it was absolutely incredible. So like I mentioned before, this is just an old tent that I modified. You can see on the sides here, I was able to add some zippers. I can shoot at ground level, you know, all the way down at ground level, or I can shoot up higher as well to clear any obstacles or anything. I can do that on all four sides. I put my sewing skills that I don't have to the test and sewed this cover, this fly basically, out of this camo material. And the photography was just phenomenal. I got some content this morning that I'm just so excited to share with you guys because it was absolutely stunning. Just incredible. I can't get over it. This is one of those times where I'm giddy after a wildlife encounter, and this morning was just phenomenal. You know, I'm loving this blind slash tent already. This is, like I mentioned before, just going to be my designated grouse blind. I won't use it for any other species that rely on smell because, again, I will be sleeping in here and your smell sticks to things like tents and all that stuff a lot quicker and more easily than you realize. So this will just be my designated blind for animals that don't rely on sense of smell. Yeah, absolutely incredible though. The grouse have moved off to the sage. They're about 70 yards away. So I'm actually going to stay in here for a little while longer. The last thing I want to do is alert them that there's a human in here. So if I were to get out now, there's a chance that they could see me. And because this is the blind that I'll be using out here from now on, I do not want to alert them of my presence here. They were so comfortable with the blind this morning. I mean, there was one just right outside. I couldn't even photograph him because he was so close. Yeah, the last thing I want to do is alert any grouse that there's a human in here. So I'll wait a little while longer until I'm very certain that they've moved far enough into the sage where they won't see me get out of here. And then I'll just kind of sneak out and head out for the day to see what else we can find and photograph after I get breakfast. But yes, just wonderful. I can't get over how amazing this morning was, and like I said, I'm so excited to show you some of the stuff that I got because I'm just thrilled with it. Absolutely amazing. I'll catch up with you guys here in a little bit.